what your favorite helmet in Helldivers says about you. Side note, this is just all in good fun, so, it's jokes. I feel like if this mask or any of the ones that have like the actual faces to them, if that's your favorite mask, I feel like you watched 300 once when it came out like 20 years ago, and you were the kind of person who went around telling everyone the fun fact, like, do you know this is based on like a real story? And no shame in it. I mean, 300 was a perfectly fine action movie, and when it came out, it was excellent. It just wasn't worth making it our entire personality for a year. If this is your favorite helmet, there are two things I immediately know about you. One, you really, really, really wanted the Warhammer 40k crossover to be a real thing. And two, you can't afford any of the war bonds because you spent all your money on Warhammer 40k. The B01 Tactical, the first helmet you get, the tried and true, goes with everything. It's an awesome helmet, but if it's your favorite, I kind of feel like you play Mario Party and play as Mario. You play Super Smash Brothers and you play as Mario. You play Mario Kart and you play as Mario. Like, you're not wrong, but also it's a little bit boring, just a little bit. The Drone Master. It's cool. Don't get me wrong. It's really cool, but I kind of feel like the person who has the Drone Master as their absolute favorite helmet is the kind of guy who shows up to the Magic the Gathering tournament in a full kimono and wearing a katana. And they've probably been asked at least once or twice before not to show up in full kimono and katana attire. Speaking of katanas and kimonos, if this is your favorite helmet, I feel like you are a connoisseur of mall ninja sort of stuff. And if you don't know that term, I don't mean it derogatorily. It's for people who are enthusiastic about buying like the $10 katanas or the $15 rainbow knives or the $30 shuriken set or the replica master sword or the brass knuckles or the tasers or the folding knives or any of the millions of different kinds of blades you can get at like your local rundown mall in the back corner with all the lights out. There's always that one store that sells all sorts of weird knives that look really cool but functionally are basically worthless. But hey, I get it. They are really sweet. If this one is your favorite helmet, you're one of 7 people in the world who still remembers the game Army of Two and are desperately hoping that we'll either get a remake or a remaster at some point in the future. I'm one of them. If you like this helmet, I kind of feel like you probably take the roleplay a little too seriously. Like, you're that guy who's bringing the spear or the one true flag to run around. You're really, really, really testing that hero of democracy armor, with the 50% chance not to die. Like, I just feel like you're a little bit into it, maybe a little bit too into it, but hey, you do you. If this one is your favorite, you've never once gotten to wear it and show it off. One, kudos on being a hero of the Federation. Thank you for supporting the game and having faith in it. But also, there was that period of time where all the jealous people were going around hunting everyone wearing the blue armor, so you probably have a little bit of PTSD from that and probably never talk about the blue armor or wear it. So I'm sorry you don't get to show off that fine drip. If you wear this helmet, or really any of the Firebreaker helmets or anything that has to do with fire, I feel like when you were 13, you learned a little bit of fire tricks. You got a little bit too into fire, carrying around the Zippo, and you learned to flick it open and then run your hand over it really quick so it doesn't burn you, but it looks really cool, or how to put out a candle by just like pinching it with your fingers and not burning yourself. Anything to do with like fire. I don't know if you were around in like the early 2000s, there was that one where you learned if you took the Zippo and you put it up to someone's hair and you lit it really fast, it would smell like burning hair because you're burning their hair, but it wouldn't hurt them. It would just scare them, like, whoa, look at that cool fire trick. Like, I just feel like you're a little too into fire. Just a little bit. Fire is cool. I get it. It does look cool, but there is a limit, and you've crossed that line just ever so slightly. If this one is your favorite helmet, I guarantee at some point in your life, you have said something like, well, I would have joined the military, but, you know, I just couldn't have that drill instructor yell in my face, you know, I see red, I just black out, and I would take him out, you know, he wouldn't stand a chance. Something to that effect has probably come out of your mouth at some point in your life. And if you're old enough now to regret saying those things, hey, we all get it. We have embarrassing things. We grow up. We get it. We've all said dumb things as teenagers that haunt us at night. If you're not embarrassed by that yet, maybe it's time to start being a little bit embarrassed by it. If this one's your favorite, I guarantee you at some point in your life, somebody who loves you dearly or is concerned for you will say, don't you think that's enough WWII memorabilia? Like, you've got a whole room. We've already watched the History Channel special on this 5 times. If this one's your favorite, I feel like every time it rains, you probably say to yourself, I wish it was socially acceptable to wear a cloak. And you'd be right. Cloaks are cool. I wish it was socially acceptable to wear cloaks with hoods again. We need to bring that back. Maybe we should start a petition or something. If this one is your favorite, I guarantee you are a contrarian. Every one of your friends will look to you anytime there's an argument, anytime there's a disagreement, you take the devil's advocate position. Somebody could come out and say something very, very harmless. It doesn't matter what it is, you are going to take the other position. If someone came out and said, you know, kicking puppies is bad, you would be the first one to go, well, actually, you know, and then fight on it. Even though you don't necessarily believe that position at all, you're going to fight to defend that position. The golden armor. I feel like if you wear the golden armor, you were a theater kid in high school, and just a little bit of you misses the limelight. You know, everyone who was a theater kid, and I can say this as a theater kid, knows that theater kids are built different. They are definitely something else. And that time as a theater kid in high school is going to be the most chaotic and memorable time of your teenage years. And you miss that just a little bit. Again, we probably look back at it and cringe a whole lot, but there's a little bit of like, remember the good old days? I'm going to be honest, I did not realize how many helmets were in the game when I started this series, so I don't want to drag this on for hours and hours, so let's call this part 1. Tell me in the comments down below if you want a part 2. Thank you for watching, and have a blessed day.